the Guide on Corruption Prevention in Direct Procurement, developing collaboration with the Directorate of the Procurement and Supply Cadre of the Ministry of Finance, Economic Planning and Development, focuses on enhancing transparency, accountability, and integrity in direct procurement. We thank the Directorate of the Procurement and Supply Cadre for their precious support. The Best Practice Guide on Management of Contract Works emphasizes on the governance framework for effective contract management and provides a checklist of integrity measures. The guidelines on the exercise of discretionary powers aim at guiding the correct use of discretionary powers driven by principles of fairness and integrity. I will now invite Dr. Picari to present copies of the guideline to Mr. Ragen, Secretary for Public Service. These guidelines will be available on the ICAC website. Thank you, Director General. Thank you, Mr. Ragen. The effective implementation of these guidelines rests with public sector organizations. The ICAC and the Ministry of Public Service will, of course, provide the necessary support and guidance. I have now the pleasure to invite Mr. Ragen to present copies of the guidelines to Mrs. Dassain, Deputy Permanent Secretary from the Ministry of Commerce and Consumer Protection. Mrs. Dassain, please. Thank you, Mr. Ragen and Mrs. Dassain. I now invite the Director General to present copies of the guideline to Mrs. Kunjan, Chief Executive of Flag District Council. Mrs. Kunjan, please. Thank you, Dr. Picari. Thank you, Mrs. Kunjan. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now come to the end of the protocol part. We shall have a short break. We invite you for some